What's going down? This is TK Pryor coming at you with another chance for you to change your financial future. Do something today that your future will say thank you for. I really want you to think about something and understand the fact that your whole life you've been taught that the only way to get money is to get a job. There's a lot of societal programming that goes into getting you to think, see, and process everything in terms of going to school, acquiring a skill, and then using that skill to get a wage. Well, there's a flip side to that thinking that says, hire someone who has a skill to make a wage for you, and then make that wage, i.e. money, work for you. So I ask you, what side of those coins is the boss on that hires you, i.e. the person that owns the company? You see, because it's two schools of thought. It's what everybody's taught and what the very few are taught. So to continue in that direction is to think about, I always say, in the paradigm shift that's happening right now within the economic world, that non-US based allocations will save you and give you a hedge against inflation. And I say that because if your primary holding is being debased and you have an alternate plan B, then what's being debased doesn't affect you because of the strength of your plan B. So the issue is that people don't believe that the US dollar is being debased. The primary media television source of information will have you believe that the economy is getting better, that we're in Mayberry and everybody's going to eat. When the factual side of things is that the deficit spending of the United States government is systemic in creating a downward spiral funnel that mathematically will create a response. You can't be $19 trillion in debt and expect there be zero repercussions. At some point, the system equalizes. But it's a lack of understanding and a lack of education that creates all of this. Because think about it. You don't really understand how money is created and how money is put into existence. I broke it down in a video before where I just talked about how a central bank loans money into an existence, but loans it into an existence with interest. And then that is passed on to another bank, who then passes it on to you. And you end up with the existing money in circulation losing value, because that's the nature of printing money into existence and not being able to pay the interest on debt. So, I mean, I don't know. It's been presented 1,000 different ways. A lot of people say just look at it in terms of your household income. If you are spending in the red, like, okay, I posted on this earlier, Christmas is coming up, and I said, hey, the best thing to do is what the television tells you to do. Obey, consume, spend. Go into debt further for the Christmas season. Buy a bunch of consumer items that have zero value and will add no money back into your life. So enjoy the holiday season and attack it with negative interest on debt that you can't afford to pay So that's a concept that applies to you in your everyday household, but the government's doing the same thing that they encourage you to do. So I'm sure as the Christmas season comes into full swing, that's what 90% of Americans are going to do. Run out there and get into more debt, borrow money you can't afford to pay back, buy a bunch of things that add zero value to your life. So the concept behind financial freedom is to step out of the program mentality. Step into taking physical cash that you have right now and making a conscious decision to put it in non-US backed allocations. Now, when I say non-US backed allocations, I'm specifically talking about hard assets. Now, some people are in the school of thought of multiple non-US backed or multiple international allocations, but everything pegged to the dollar will go as the dollar goes. So any paper-backed allocation is not a hard asset, okay? The primary hard asset that I consider top of the charts is gold currency, because gold currency spends just like money. The second one is cryptocurrency, because cryptocurrency spends just like money. Now, there are other hard assets that fall below that you can acquire, but those hard assets do not spend like money. So you can take the time to acquire rental property, physical land, actual other metals. But again, those hard assets do not spend like money. You have a number of different places that came online that allows you to spend gold currency like money. You have a lot of corporations that allow you to spend cryptocurrency just like money. A lot of people don't know anything about either, but the idea is to not dismiss this concept, but apply it to your financial life and use it to advance yourself further. Because of the fact that these two new payment methods, these two alternate forms of currency, spend further, have a higher purchasing power, are not backed by the dollar, not a part of the banking system, nor are they a part of the United States government. Everything I just listed advances you further because of the fact that the United States government monetary system is in decline. And even though the media says it's not, the factual side of statistics, mathematics, and reality is that the dollar is declining, losing value, and eventually will have a physical representation of that. Meaning, whether it be another 2008, it'll be another 2008 on steroids. So if you don't protect yourself or do something to protect yourself to get all your holdings out of the dollar and into international money, then you fall victim when the dollar goes where it's going. And if you don't believe there's a reason to take your money out of the dollar, then you're only affecting yourself and your family. So that's the biggest thing about this whole video marketing that I do. Because I make a suggestion about the US dollar and I feel as if you doing something about it only affects you. That's the reality. If you get out of the dollar and you get international money, you financially empower yourself because international money has more purchasing power and is inflation proof. So what's in your wallet? Whether or not you have gold currency and cryptocurrency means you have purchasing power, you have inflation proof hedge, or you don't. It's financial insurance, and it's only for those who want it.